Janet Clark grew up as one of 5 children in New Orleans.
I had a wonderful childhood. I have 3 wonderful sisters and a younger brother. We are all very close in age. We're all best friends to this day.
Family played an important role in Janet's upbringing.
Both my mom and dad, I think it's a real tribute to them that all 5 of us kids are so close to this day. I'd also say when it comes to business and career, clearly my father was my role model. He was the CFO at Mitchell Energy, and I had a career as a CFO at a number of different oil and gas companies. So clearly he was a role model for me.
Janet began her career in finance at a time when there were few women on Wall Street.
I had one vice president ask me, "Why do you want to be an investment banker? You're a girl." I had another fella say to me, "Don't you think you're too short to be a banker?" So there were clearly some issues to overcome there.
Using tenacity and humor to meet these challenges, Janet built a successful career. While prosperous, she found she didn't enjoy investment banking and left to pursue other opportunities.
Very quickly, I got an interview with Santa Fe Energy Resources, which was a fairly large independent E&P company.
The move to the oil and gas industry represented a significant change.
In terms of talking about challenges, I had no idea what I didn't know. First day on the job, I started realizing what I'd gotten myself into. My first reaction was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get fired and I'm gonna embarrass my parents. But my second reaction was to ask a lot of questions, to rely on my team, to trust my team, and to acknowledge that I needed help. And so it was a very steep learning curve, but it was a great experience.
Facing challenges never daunted Janet, and in 2003 was hired by Clarence Casalot, then CEO of Marathon Oil Corporation, to become the company's CFO.
And it was funny because I remember Clarence asking me, "Well, Janet, I'm sure you're highly qualified, but you're working at a very, very small domestic oil and gas company. How are you going to make the leap to a company like Marathon?" And I explained to him that the leap from Nuevo to Marathon was huge, but nowhere near as big as the leap from investment banking to an oil company CFO.
In 2013, Janet retired, but remains active in the community, supporting Yes Prep, Teach for America, and the Houston Symphony, among other groups.
I have lots of hobbies. One of the great things about being retired is you get to spend a lot of time with philanthropic organizations. I'm also on a couple of corporate boards that kind of keeps my toe in the water in terms of business. But I like to play tennis, I like to hike, I like to bike, I like to ski, I like to swim. And it's probably a good thing I like all those activities because I really like to cook.
Janet's passion for learning was evident throughout her career, a recipe for success she shares with students.
Education is absolutely the foundation of the success of the rest of your life. It doesn't mean you don't have to be a financial success, you don't have to be a success in business, but you have to love learning, and the best way to love learning is to apply yourself all throughout your school years.
Janet Clark, 2019 inductee into the J.A. Hall of Achievement.